either produced by somebody that's affiliated with Houston,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
or they're
true.
pushing a Houston artist. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
and our goal is to make sure we highlight that the right way so people can feel that.
And a lot of times we find one or two talented people come in cliques.
Yep.
And we end up, finding out about other people, or people reach out to us, and it seems like, again, Houston being a well of untapped talent that we're trying to be able to unearth. Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's amazing. So the name Living Room, who's that? Both of you sat down like, that's great, Living Room.
I think so.
Yeah, it was one of those moments
It
like,
was.
So
Yeah, I don't think
minimalistic, simplistic, and so home runnish.
yeah.
Like, at first it was living room social, and some people that were our OGs still call it that, but we decided to cut the social part because we plan on just elevating living room even outside of the experience that you have experienced at House of Blues. But yeah, we wanted to feel what it was. We wanted people to feel like they're in our living room. We're like, oh, that's it.
And less about us too. First of all, shout out to House of Blues for giving us this this platform.
Yeah, shout out to
everybody can't just come in the
House of
foundation room. So
That's true.
We're a little bougie to get in our and it's our living room, and once you get there, it's good vibes on. And we want to make sure it's a platform that was comfortable for people to come to. But when you get there, you see that it's a heightened, elevated experience.
Yeah, definitely would not say bougie. I just think that it's a really nice environment. And the first time I came, it was more so like I was timid, but only because I was soaking everything in. It wasn't because I was standoffish. It was like, did I finally find somewhere? Because, y'all was in the mud.
On that couch,
it took me a minute.
You're like
I got there early, too. Like, nothing even started. I was just sitting on the couch like,
What's going on here?
It's here.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
it's
It
everyone.
usually takes
The
people
presence.
a minute just to soak it in. And I appreciate that.
Because it's real and it's authentic. So it's like you don't want to miss anything. You just want to soak everything in.
Especially the fact that people are really getting what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it.
I got it right
And
away.
appreciating it
Yeah.
immediately. I appreciate
Because
that.
we really do it out the love of our hearts. Like, this is a passion project for us, and what we plan on, growing to figure out how we can serve more artists and serve our community.
Yeah, and it's amazing like how many artists are just in Houston.
Yeah.
Like I've worked with some artists like I do like a little art show that I do called Afro Bays, and I've worked with some artists, but
And I've heard of it, and I wanted to come. I had a gig that day, but I've seen some dope people go to Africa.
but I've never had the type of talent that you guys have. Like the people that sang are talented, and then when I got to the House of Blues, I'm like, who are these people? Where do they come from? Like, who's this guy Keith Jacobs?
Yeah.
And who's this girl Tape House? Like, how come I don't know these people? Now finding out you went to NYU, you lived in New York, and obviously we share the same last name. We share the same, I'm not gonna put my government name is L.A. last name Jacobs. That's my government name.
Yeah.
L.A. Jacobs, and
That sounds like another stage name right there.
doing consulting.
That might be my name. Take your name.
What's your middle name?
I can't tell you. Almost slipped up. You almost got me.
It would change the whole brand.
He's like, no, you're not learning that one.
It would change the whole brand.
Well, anyway, blessings to both of you for setting that up. But I noticed there's another thing that there was a lot of emphasis on like neo soul, R&B, and then you mentioned this thing like 90s R&B.
Yep.
How does that merge into like the living room, or did you have like a 90s R&B that just turned into living room?
Yeah. So my affiliation with House of Blues started from my first event called "If It Don't Feel Like 90s R&B." That's my baby. So we brought on Tay to as a partner in there, but outside of that, we feel like we wanted more. And people love 90s R&B. They love the nostalgia of what 90s R&B represents. But that event, we were doing too much. At the event, we were trying to do living room. We were trying to attach artists. They were trying to just get their stuff off, but it wasn't the platform for them.
I don't want to cut you off, but when he says doing too much, it was great, but in the sense of it was a 90s R&B event. Then we had artists coming in that wanted to do their own material, but this is a 90s R&B event.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? Let's separate the two.
They should just do covers.
Yeah,
Right,
create
exactly.
So that's what happened. So 90s R&B now is that doing basically 90s party with amazing singers coming in and doing 90s songs, and then living room is people doing their.
So and that's why you see the little seasoning of 90s R&B because that's where we first started. You know,
It's amazing.
90s R&B, by the way, is for the culture, man.
It's true. It represents the culture, and we don't even feel it. Like,
yeah.
No, I mean, like, we don't notice that how important that '90s era was. We don't notice it, at all. But now that when you start playing it, it's like people demand, like, play, give me some more Tevin.
You didn't know you
Tevin
remember
Campbell,
what it
bro.
was. It's in the back of your head. You don't even realize.
Yeah.
It's like ingrained.
Yeah. I feel like our generation, that's what we grew up on.
Yeah.
So it's
For sure.
a part of us. And we don't get to hear it, feel it, and express it that often in a party setting. You might play some 90s when you're at home cleaning up or, maybe have some people over. But being able to have that feel-good vibe and have some other people with you like, oh, snap. Yeah, you remember that? Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of amazing singers at 90s R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this is Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny, this is Keith Jacobs, DJ Take Powers from the living room. That's right. And this is Lola Bunny, one of my co-hosts. Lola, you want to say hi?
Hello, how are y'all?
How are you?
I'm good. It's lit.
Lola, you're asking the next question. That's right.
All right. So speaking of amazing singers in 90s R&B, please tell me how it came about for Maya to be in the inner works for all of that amazing stuff.
Maya's where?
So I DJ for Maya.
What?
Oh my
yeah,
God!
you're
See, I didn't do my
incredible.
research on that.
Yeah. We're going on tour at the end of next
Congratulations.
month.
Dope.
I'm excited. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow.
And you've already done a show with her, correct?
I've done about.
couple.
I've been DJing for her since August,
Okay.
and so, but now 2020, she's stepping us like pretty much like 20 years since she was like came out in the scene. So she's doing a
She's amazing, by the way.
crazy tour.
She's
She's
crazy.
crazy. She's crazy in a
Yeah.
good way. Like she's
Beautiful.
phenomenally talented in
Like
a
she
way that
hasn't
you don't
missed a
even
step.
realize. Like she plays violin. She produces a lot of her music. Her last album was Grammy nominated, and people don't even know that. That was like 2 years ago when she put that out. But that started because of this guy, my right hand guy right here. He brought Maya to 90s R&B.
Wow.
For my
and
birthday, actually.
for his
That's what I
birthday.
remember.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
the first. That's the
It
first.
didn't work
thing
for
I
you on my
remember.
birthday.
Check it out. She sat me down and she sang to me. But check this out, though.
She did.
Hey,
Lit.
but we got Maya booked for 90s R&B because I slid in them DMs. I said, Maya, listen here.
See, he did.
I said, Maya, I need you to come pull up. That didn't work.
She said, cut the check.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
It
it.
didn't work at all, but man, we hit her up and she came down, and it wasn't just a performance. That was not just a task for her. We built relationships and foundations from that. But man, Maya, her soul and her what she represents is so beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
she's great.
to see her work ethic like Tay's talking about. So she came to the show and she set up her sound check, and then she went back and she got on her laptop and she was just producing.
She does all of her show tracks.
She was
herself.
producing the show right then and there. And she
Wow.
made her adjustments after she did her sound check. She made her whatever adjustments she had to do, went into session, fixed it up, and then gave it back to her and said, oh yeah, you're not playing no games.
And then she was like, I like you. I'm doing a tour. Let's make it happen. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
exciting.
That's amazing.
you just never know. Like,
Never
a
know.
lot of times, we we talk about, Houston being in this bubble, but it's just like right place, right time.
Prepared.
And being prepared.
Yeah.
You never know. And of course, having that experience to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Preparation meets opportunity, you know? That's all.
And Mr. Walmart Dad.
Well, let's
Tell us-
put a pause on Mr. Walmart. That's right. Let's take a quick break. That's right. Let's pay some bills, and we'll be back with that's right. DJ Tay Powers. That's our official DJ for Maya, and also Mr. Keith Jacobs.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm in the building with Lola Bunny. That's right. TJ Man and also Soleil. My name is Heaven Mozart. This is Afro Vibes Radio. Shout out to Not Just Okay. This is on the T Club. 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Yes, yo, Jigga man, be ballin'. Chicks picking up, so much you be crawling. Live it best to you, never put my all in. Have mommies calling.
That's right. Shout out to Maya. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. This is Heaven Mozart. I'm on the T Club on Afro Vibes Radio. Shout out to Not Just Okay. I got two beautiful, fantastic people in here. That's right. It's Keith Jacobs, DJ Tank Powers. That's right. And shout out to Maya, wherever you are. That's right. Maya sending a check. Maya, you done blown up, my man. Jesus Christ, in there. That's right. Living Room is back. It's full effect. That's right. If you missed it in December, it's coming again in January. I think the next one is January 26th.
January,
Yes.
Sunday, next Sunday.
And it'll be our first year anniversary.
First year anniversary, that's right. What do people need to do to get to this living room? Because I was lucky, fortunately, Ken was like, oh yeah, there's something going on there, living House of Blues and stuff like that. Reebok's doing something and all that. And then I got there, it was, Reebok was hardly in the picture, obviously powered by you,
Yep.
and it was just really you guys taking over and then obviously giving Reebok a shout out too. So I was really happy that Ken invited me. It was the first time I've been in a House of Blues in a foundation room, first time I experienced that band, and it changed my life. I felt like, even if I was just, if I could just be part of that, just be able to just sit down there every time you do it, I think it'll be of value to my life. So
Oh, that means so much.
Straight up. So, living room. First thing you got to do is follow us on our social media. Living Room HTX, Living Room HTX, Living Room HTX on Instagram. But just stay tuned, man. We try to make sure we're listening and have a pulse on what's happening here in Houston, specifically with the artists. And we want to hear from you guys, who you guys want to see and want to feel. So by all means, follow us and stay locked and roll. Living Room HTX.
Follow Living Room HTX
Specifically
right now.
for this one, how to be involved is go to either our social media and find our Eventbrite link
Yep.
and RSVP. We
Yep.
have sections for sale and it's free to get in before a certain time though. This time, before a certain time, we changing it up a little bit. 2020.
Yeah, you do.
So
Get
make
there
sure-
early so they can
Yeah,
start
There
early.
you
Get
go.
'em
So
blown
that
up.
way we can.
The boys are blown up, Ken! That's right, Tay Powers and King Jacobs blown up!
It's a little different, you feel me? For the one time.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's right. So make sure you're there. Like, I don't know. I think you had you had like 10 artists last time.
We usually do 4 to 5, and then for the featured artist part, it's broken up into 2 sections. We
Okay.
do our featured artists, where our artists are doing their own individual original music, and then the second half of the night is our lamp on, where we just have a good time, and we have artists come up and either sing covers or do freestyles, and we just jam out.
It's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You guys have artists come out and just jam out and just
Yeah.
That's
have a
it.
good session.
incredible.
I forgot who was the girl. There was a girl that came on before 8th. The light skinned girl with the turban. She sang Erica Badu.
Oh, your friend.
Yes. And I'm sorry.
She's Caucasian. She had like half white,
She's
half
not
black.
Caucasian.
She's
She's
not
black.
Caucasian.
She's black
She's
and
like
it's
Creole.
And I hate that it starts with an A. And please don't kill me right now. But she's amazing. She's been one of our featured artists before. Ali
Ali.
Michelle.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Glad we
I
got
mean,
it.
Soleil had me. I wasn't looking at you like that, Soleil. But I was feeling your music, just by the way.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And I was looking at you, just, but,
Thank you.
Just so you know.
on a
so you
corporate
know.
level,
Professional.
and then you had Justin
Just
Hudo.
Hudo. By the way, Justin will be here next week.
Wonderful.
He's releasing a brand new album, so
Yeah.
want
Sure
to
you
talk
guys
about
get
that. I really love Justin's voice too. I loved everyone there. I was just saying, like, how, like, that's why I respect both of you
Oh, yeah.
as, should I say, well, A&R.
Yeah.
And but you said you're both artists, by the way.
That and actually I did do A&R work for Atlantic for a while, and what we have tried to do is just have the caliber of artists be at the level that it should be. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, we are people that we like to give people a chance as well, but it's about people that we think are hot.
Yeah, everyone in there was hot. I don't know who the little girl who was rapping.
K.LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from San Antonio. She's not from Houston.
She's sick, right?
But she's dope.
She's amazing.
I mean, I was like, how? I mean, was she
And
using
her
a
vibe,
vocoder?
she was
Yeah, she had a
But
vocoder.
it was like, I've never heard
like,
anyone use a vocoder like that.
With the live band.
With the,
Yeah.
It was just sick, and then the band was sick, and then the way you would play, I forgot the name of the drummer.
Actually, we had someone standing in with us this last time, Junior.
Yeah, Junior
right?
was
I think I heard him play. He normally plays for the House of Blues.
Does he?
I'm not sure. That was our
Okay.
first time working with him now. Normally we have
Ken Chapman.
my MD Ken Chapman
Okay.
rocking with us.
The drummer was good, and then the way you
Darn it,
just
though.
merged like your set into that. And
Shout
then,
out to CJ too, our MD for Living Room.
yeah,
man. That
shout out to
dude-
CJ. That's
He's our
right.
piano
man.
player and MD.
Man,
And
he's crazy.
Yeah, CJ's. Like you need to get like I know CJ had like a little freestyle session there where he was just
Yeah.
like. Da-da-da. I worked with him on New Year's Eve
Oh, nice.
Okay.
at the Domain and
Okay.
stuff like that. So he's you know, he's Nigerian, so we connect.
Niger together.
You know, like,
together.
like shit, you know, like he is talented.
Well, I found out I'm 30%, so hey, I'm in there too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're almost in there.
No, she is there. Like,
What they say, the one drop?
That's it.
no, what did this guy say? What's his name? Isaac. You guys know Isaac Moore?
Yep.
Isaac and Moore.
So Isaac and Moore was here today.
Okay.
We interviewed him, and Isaac and Moore said, you know, like he said, what did he say? He said you don't need to expect anything because if you exist, you already have it.
Yeah,
You got it.
it's
That's
already in
good.
you.
You
That's
know.
really good.
So
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
He's the
Respect
ultimate
your
hustler, by
craft.
the way, too,
Oh,
man.
yeah, his
Isaac goes,
story.
he gets it.
Yeah.
man, he had us crying in there. Yeah,
Man,
he
we
had
had
us
a
crying
whole-
in this interview,
whole
like.
service.
Yeah, it's like I had to call him Pastor Isaac.
We locking eyes. We
Oh
like
my
we
gosh.
here with
It was
it. Like,
intense.
Yeah,
it was great. It was greatness. Like,
So you know, I low key stalked you on your Instagram.
Did you?
No, well,
That's okay.
and I saw, I think, where you were in like Alabama or something,
Yeah. That's where I'm originally from.
and you were like on a farm or something.
I was.
It seemed like you're a very earthy girl, like.
Yeah.
You know, like-
some big things coming 2020.
Oh, you're making a plantation. A weed plantation, yay!
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
Congress, legalize it real quick. That's right.
Listen, I'm a DJ, but I do a lot of other things. DJ, I feel like DJ is
Entrepreneur.
just like the tip of the iceberg.
So why don't you
This
tell us a
one.
little bit about what you do, and also Keith,
Yeah.
so that we know, because you know I'm hearing A&R, I'm hearing like building brands, I'm hearing partnering with Reebok, like I mean I'm new to Houston too,
Okay.
so I'm learning a lot from what you guys are delivering.
I think I'm a new age renaissance woman. You know, I've been in this industry for a long time, not just here, but just in many different cities, and have put on many different hats. But it starts with me being a producer and songwriter. I also was DJing. I've been DJing since I was in high school. So those three kind of go together. And with that, I've worked with a bunch of artists and labels, and also been on the business side of things. I was on the management team for a rapper by the name of Fabulous. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh yeah.
like the
Like
the
these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F-A-B-O, it's a lituation.
Yeah. So I was-
What, cuffing season?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking
It's gonna be a
about?
long summer.
That's it. So I was with him
Fab
for
is
a
fire.
minute.
He's fire too.
Yeah, he's a lyricist that people don't. I want to say is underestimated and underappreciated, at least in the South. He definitely has his clout on the East Coast. Did the business thing for a minute while also writing, producing, engineering. And went from that to being at Atlantic Records and engineering and A&Ring and writing there. It's just they let me do a mixture of almost whatever I wanted, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
But also I learned I learned a lot in those times being with major labels of what I would expect and what I would take and what I would not take as an artist, which is why I feel like, again, Living Room is so important to be able to, for me to build these relationships to kind of impart that on to people and up and coming artists. So, did that for a minute and left the major label scene for a second, took a step back, came back to Houston. I opened Daiquiris to Go right down the street.
What?
Yes, Daiquiris to Go.
Shout out to my boss lady. That's like 10 pounds not blown up, boy. Look at her blown up.
And spent the last
Daiquiris?
I love
Daiquiris
it.
to Go. Spent the last 2 years.
Right now.
7330 Southwest Freeway. So literally
right
up
down the street.
Y'all
So
open
we all
right
taking
now?
a trip?
Yeah,
Yep.
open right now. We can go right after.
Boss ladies in the building. Daiquiris for everyone.
That's it.
That's right. With your American Express, by the way.
Okay, support it. We gotta
I'll go
support
back
it.
there and make them. That's
Yeah.
all good.
Oh, that's
And
real
so
love.
now the next step is giving back environmentally. So my farm.
Salute
my
to
family's
you.
farm, and a little bit of everything.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love
Beautiful
that.
people.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What about you, Keith?
I should have went first. God
Make it sound good. Fluff it
I
up.
like
Make it
it.
sound good.
It's not that interesting, for me, I'm an artist first. So the industry has changed so much with social media and the way we stream our music, to the way that we digest content. Is that I feel like I'm a D, all of the above. So I've taken more ownership of my music and how I produce my music and how I engage my audiences, and how I leverage my partnerships with my brand. So anything that's tied to me is a part of me, So I'm a dad.
He's a one man.
It don't stop.
Everything.
You know,
It's amazing.
I love content, and I love how my major was psychology. My underground, what I wanted to do, I wanted to get my PhD in industrial organizational psychology to more so understand how the consumer thinks. You know, when I went to school and got my MBA, I was like, man, what do I want to do? I didn't want to be in school for another 6 years getting my PhD, so I went and got the business side. So I understand and I think and I digest business when it comes to consumers a little different, you know. So when I'm thinking about stuff is how can I make sure that when you're here in our presence, we really captivate that audience. So when it's with my family, when it's with Tay, when we're walking down the street, it's like content to make sure that we understand and we embrace. Tell our really true story. You know, it's tough sometimes because we become a microwavable society. People want more. So for me, the end game is always music, but everything that I do for my family, to living room, to what I'm wearing, I got to make sure I'm getting to it every single way. Yeah, for sure.
What's your main driving force? Like, what's your motivation that keeps you going every day?
Yeah, I got 2 little girls. You know, so
shout out to your little girls, by the way.
Shout out, and I feel like
do it for the kids.
My plan has always been music, and getting older now, and them getting older now too. I'm like, man, I gotta make some changes. You know? So
time for that living room album.
Straight up.
Yeah,
So now my little girls, they look up to me and see that I'm still pushing, I'm still pursuing my dreams. So now I can't stop, and I won't stop. Shout out to Diddy, you know, because I'm their example of what dreams really matter. You know, it might be a little dream deferred, you know, but I'm going about it a different way. But I understand it, and I appreciate my grind a little bit more now.
Yeah.
You know, so my little girls, Lennox and Calvin, they keep me going, they keep me grinding, they keep me with my foot to the pedal.
They're so gorgeous. That's how
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Is there ever going to be a living room album? Because there's a place in south of France called Buddha Bar.
Okay, yeah.
And Buddha Bar always does a collective CD. You know, I have all their CDs. Like they go like Buddha Bar, I think up to like 20.
Okay.
So what they do is like they just get all these different artists and they just put it on Buddha Bar. But Buddha Bar is not a record label. It's a restaurant in south of France. But because the DJ plays like all this selective kind of like, you know, gypsy house.
It's like house.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Flowing kind of music. So I'm thinking like if you had like
vibes.
You know, like all the people from, you know, living room 1 all the way down to like, you know, living room 5 or something like that, and they all did something on it. You both already produced it, and then people can walk away from living room like this is an album where Soleil's on it, 8's on it, and stuff like that, and then it's your brand, but it's not like I want a piece of, how do I get a piece of living room inside of my house when you're not doing anything?
You ain't getting no percentages anymore.
No, I'm not. Just put me on, Tay. Just put me on. That's right. Can I be part of the blown up team?
You don't get honorable mention. Thanks.
You know, because the brand is already there. You know, you already have like kind of like that Superfly.
Yeah.
You have that Superfly. You know, that Superfly font.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of it, so it's already there, and it's like you're marketable, and people love you, and people love you. They love your personalities. They love the way you guys interact with people. Like you're both fantastic hosts. You definitely should start your own radio show ASAP.
Word.
You know, right away. But I think, you know, it's people walking away, like people just wanted an experience. They wanted to take Buddha Bar home.
I love it.
So I want to take living room home.
Yeah.
And I want to take, you know, like what does the new R&B sound like? You know it. You know because you listen to R&B. So like, what does this new R&B sound like? And you can create it with all these artists that you're working with, and they can get royalties or whatever.
So I'm actually working on that right now. I don't know if you post that.
No, I did it.
Yeah. So it's in the works.
Yeah. And the new R&B.
Fire!
New R&B sounds like Keith Jacobs, just so y'all know.
Right now.
That's right, Keith Jacobs on fire! Keith Jacobs on Keith Jacobs on blown up, man!
He likes to play himself small a little bit, but like, dude, his song is on like the radio everywhere. Like, Saucy or other songs, they're literally, it's all good, but you know, he's been blowing up, especially like on radio in Louisiana, Dallas.
Congrats. That's exciting.
Congratulations, get in there.
That's exciting.
Come on with it, you know?
So
He fire.
What song is that, Keith? What
So
song?
we get a taste, no, not just from the music standpoint, like
Here she
an
go. Here
actual
she
Like
go.
live?
acapella.
That's right, is it saucy?
Saucy is actually on there, you know? Well, I'm excited to see Kia she's gonna be crazy. Wona.
Yeah, Wona's coming, and I know he's gonna bring the energy.
He's bringing all his people with him.
Are these guys from Houston?
Yes.
I think Wona's from New Orleans.
Shout out to my hometown.
Okay, you know.
Okay.
Okay, Lola. Are you gonna go? It's on Sunday.
It's my birthday. No, you said Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, next week Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end of my birthday weekend, so I will definitely come.
Nice.
to Living Room.
What about you, Soleil?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
She gotta be there and hit the
I will
lamp
be there.
on.
Yes.
and
Straight up.
Catch a vibe.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Like that experience there, like I couldn't even like put into words. Like I did not know what I was walking into.
Well, let me introduce that. That's right. By the way, Soleil was at the last.
Is she a featured
Living Room.
artist?
She was a featured artist.
Living room alumni now. You know.
So how was your experience? With the tape, was tape pushing you like, come on, man,
Now let
give
me
me
tell
some
you-
more fire.
You know what? Normally I do that, but living room I let everybody.
Just vibe out.
Let me tell you about Soleil.
You were working.
She came out there, she's like, "Can I put my shit out?" I said, "Girl, this is your living room. Do your thing.
Do whatever you
gotta
want.
do."
Yeah. They gave me the opportunity to make it my own and like
So
you know,
who reached
making
out to
my
you?
living
Who,
room.
was it Tay or Keith?
It was Keith who reached out to me.
He was like, yo, baby, what's up?
None of that.
No, this is what happened. No, it wasn't. No, what about this person? And we both go through their socials and we go through everything and we're like, yeah. And then whoever brings them, gotta go get them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. And
But,
so,
but I had reached out to you a while ago. I
Yeah,
think, and
at
we
the one before.
Yep, and we couldn't just get connected. And
Yeah.
this one just boom, locked in.
It was perfect.
Yep.
It was perfect. It was just family. As soon as I met Tay, it was like, hey, it's like, okay, yeah, past that, hey, we're cousins. Oh, okay, we're friends. Like, it's just that feeling of like the warmth.
I feel it too.
between, you know,
The energy
like-
is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just
It's
love.
positive.
Like, it's just love.
Truly.
And, like I appreciate that because it's rare these days,
It
especially
is.
in this industry with so many people putting on, you know, personas, whatever, however you want to go about it. The realness is
Authenticity. Bro.
yes,
Yep.
it's very much appreciated. So
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that from
For sure.
the
y'all.
fact that like we are getting this feedback, like, you know, we hear it sometimes, but it really warms.
I had to
my
bring you
heart.
guys on. Like, there's nothing like this.
Oh yeah.
And I definitely felt like I was in my future living room.
Yeah,
Bridging the
yeah.
You gotta come.
You know,
Yes.
about my future living room.
I know you're the world's most expensive DJ.
I was using that tagline in New York and it worked. And I got to Houston and it was like, oh yeah, I'm going to give you $200 for DJ. I'm like, it's enough. I just go back to like, yeah, I can't do it anymore. And it's like, I wanted something, I wanted to stop DJing all these ratchet events just because like, in New York, I was at an agency. So I got, $1,500 to DJ, and the agency took $750, and I walked home with $750, and I DJed like 4 nights a week. So
It
was good.
it was good. It was like I didn't need to go to work. And then I got to Houston, and it was like, oh no, it's 200, and I only want to hear fucking Afro beats. And yeah, I mean
Or they want to hear Tucker.
exactly. And I'm like, and I'm just like, no, what happened to like, let's go back to the essence of music. Like, there's so many new artists coming out. There's so much new music coming out, and we're not playing. It's like I'm in a black party, and I can't even play Justin Bieber Yummy.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people down south, people a lot of time we don't respect the talent. To be a DJ requires talent and understanding what the music that you're putting out to the crowd is supposed to be about.
A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, y'all just play on," even though
Nah.
I'm sure as a DJ you can play on almost anything, but a lot of people say, "Oh, you're just pressing buttons. I can do that."
No,
Like,
that's a lot of buttons.
Your transitions are trash. I'm looking at you like, hey,
Yeah.
you really don't do this. No.
Yeah, transitions are key.
Yeah, and it was, so I just said, and I wanted to work with like people who had class, sophistication. So I just said, I'm the world's most expensive DJ, and it worked in New York. And when I got to Houston, I wasn't using that. But at 22, I'm like, I have to go back to that energy.
it's your
That's
brand.
right. Yeah.
Like, you
Brand,
have
yeah.
to do it, and that's one thing I realized, and about just branding in general,
It's important.
and realizing state who you are and stay by that.
Yeah.
You know.
Stand firm.
And Isaac said that too.
Yeah.
Because he came from nothing, and he said like, he just realized that he just had to stay focused on just what God put inside of
And
his
a lot of
heart.
time, even with that, people won't see it. You have to see it for yourself.
Exactly.
They were like,
yeah.
what you mean? Most like, nah, this is what I am, man. This is my price.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
with
true.
it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not for
fine.
you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I won't DJ for somebody for free.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but the only person like I could DJ like at the House of Blues with you
Yeah.
for free, but because of your family.
family,
But like I don't want to DJ ratchet twerking events.
Right.
No, I
Yeah.
don't want to do that anymore.
And
No.
to tell you now, we
No.
really do living room out of our hearts. Like
Mhm.
it's one of those things. Our band's taken care of, but after that, it's like it's really just for everybody,
For the
and
culture.
you guys, and for the culture. And it's not even about that to us.
And that's why the event started as a free event. We want you guys to be able to come to the best facility in Houston, to be around the best artists in Houston, to really see what this is really about. You know, when we first got the idea, or this got brought to us, this residency, we could have been the Keith Jacobs and the Tape House. I could have heard all of my music for the next 6 months,
Right.
but it was bigger than that. It was big. This thing that we're doing is bigger than Tay
It is.
and myself. You know, it's bigger than you. I want you to bring in the next person that you think that needs to have this shot, or needs this opportunity, or needs to have his voice. Yeah,
Brought into the
yeah,
family.
y'all let us know.
Your family, you know, but like, I don't want to DJ ratchet twerking events.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore.
And
No.
to tell you now, we
No.
really do living room out of our hearts. Like
Mhm.
it's one of those things. Our band's taken care of, but after that, it's like it's really just for everybody,
For the
and
culture.
you guys, and for the culture. And it's not even about that to us.
And that's why the event started as a free event. We want you guys to be able to come to the best facility in Houston, to be around the best artists in Houston, to really see what this is really about. You know, when we first got the idea, or this got brought to us, this residency, we could have been the Keith Jacobs and the Tape House. I could have heard all of my music for the next 6 months,
Right.
but it was bigger than that. It was big. This thing that we're doing is bigger than Tay
It is.
and myself. You know, it's bigger than you. I want you to bring in the next person that you think that needs to have this shot, or needs this opportunity, or needs to have his voice.
Brought into the
Yeah,
family.
y'all let us know.
Listen, our alumni circle now is
Yeah.
like that's fam.
Yeah.
Like,
And
they
so
like
feel that.
that album is gonna happen, but one of our 2020 goals for living room is that foundation room. We're gonna outgrow that. By June, we're gonna be going
Bronze Peacock.
Going
The
to the
last
Bronze
show,
Peacock.
y'all were almost like
Yeah,
packed.
yeah. They
Like,
stopped letting people in. We got
Yeah.
to capacity.
y'all are expanding
Yeah.
a lot.
And the biggest thing is making sure that the experience is curated properly.
Yeah.
And going up to the next level now.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have to end the show. So make sure that's right, January 26th, Sundays, 7 p.m. RSVP right now on Eventbrite. That's right, for the living room, HTX. That's right. It's Keith Jacobs, Tape House. Shout out to Maya, by the way. You're still looking fire. That's right. I'll put up anytime.
Hey, straight up. Going up.
That's right. Living room. That's right. Keith Jacobs, DJ Tape House. Therefore, the culture. I will be at your event. I promise to be there. It's on a Sunday. I will be at every single event that you do. That's right.
And that's love.
I promise I will be there, and I will be there to like support you
Big
guys
facts.
because I believe in what you guys are doing. I'm so grateful you guys blessing me with your energy, coming through on the Tea Club. And anytime you guys want to come over here to talk about the show, I brought this so that we can promote this 26 show. Let's pack out this one so that we can move into the bronze room. We don't want to. The next one, what, February? We want to do it in the bronze room. That's right. January.
Speak it.
That's right. January is the foundation room. February is the bronze room. So let's pack it out this side. That's right. It's going to be packed this next week, Sunday.
Yeah.
That's right. Shout out to Fabulous, by the way.
Hey. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, sure.
You're dope.